Welcome to the Toastmasters Experience. My name is Evelyn. Get inspired by today's Toastmasters Insights. Enjoy the show. And welcome to another episode of the Toastmasters Experience. I'm very delighted to have with me today on the virtual soundboard, Francoise Bowen. She's from Antigua. Okay, you're going to have to say Antigua and Barbuda. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yay, yay. Thank you so much. I'm so excited, delighted to have you here with me today. Even though it's just over the airwaves, I'm so excited to have you. Thanks, Francoise, for being here today.
Definitely. Thank you. What time is it by you?
Oh, it is going on almost 9 p.m. right now. What time is it
No
over there?
way.
Yeah.
It is actually now 5:46 a.m. on my end. So now and everybody is waking up.
Oh my goodness. And everyone on this end is going to sleep. So I'm in Australia and you're obviously located in the Caribbean, right?
Correct. We have 365 beaches, Antigua and Barbuda. We have 365 beaches. So we have pink and white, very specific.
Mhm.
And we are basically just for everyone to know quickly 2 hour plane ride away from Puerto Rico. So if you know Puerto Rico, well, you know we're definitely that nearby. We are actually a dot. You can't make us out on a map like that. We're
Uh-huh.
actually a dot on the map,
Oh my
but we are
goodness.
lovely people. We're very friendly. We are about growth. We're known as one of the developing countries. And yes, and speaking about developing countries, we have Toastmasters here in our country as well. We have quite a few.
Hmm.
And I'm a member of the Antigua Toastmasters Club, which was the first one that was birthed right here by distinguished Toastmaster Mark and Julie Young, which was sponsored by distinguished Toastmaster Mark McKenzie, who is in Kuala Lumpur. Yes, so this club started back in 2014, and we just recently, last month, because we're in December, celebrated our anniversary.
Hmm.
And we now have, and from that club, this one club, we have Birth, Waladli Toastmasters Club, Black Pineapple Toastmasters Club. Black pineapple is our nation's national fruit. So
Hmm.
that's all we can see. Waladli
Hmm.
Toastmasters Club. Waladli actually came from the name, which was our original name, and for Antigua, Waladli from the Arawaks and the Caribs that used to live here.
Hmm.
And we also have AUA Toastmasters Club, which is a corporate club. American University of America, Antigua University of America, so it's a medical school. And we are a member of this Caribbean District 81 Toastmasters, Distinguished Toastmaster Elka Price from Antigua, first Antiguan to be the district director.
Hmm.
And yes, so we have a lot of
Wow.
history about our club, and we have been growing. We have been president distinguished many times.
Wow.
And I was the president for 2022, 2023, where we had ranked 35th globally at the
Hmm.
end of our tenure. I'm also
Wow.
a member of Leadership Speak in District 86 in Southwestern and Central Ontario, Canada. And that's with the current president now is Bram Mamon. So I've been a member of his club right after the inception.
Hmm.
My present position right now in Toastmasters, I am the club co-chair in District 86 in Southwest and Central Ontario, Canada. And my boss is Distinguished Toastmaster Jeff Brewer. Hey, Jeff.
Oh, wow. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes, yes. And this was and guess what?
Uh-huh.
Imagine we were always meeting on Zoom, and
Uh-huh.
only at the Toastmasters convention I finally met
Ah,
everybody.
I know. Yeah.
Everyone.
I know it's so interesting because I was the same because I went, to the conventions as well. That's where I met you and I was able to sit next to you
Yes,
at the gala dinner. And it was so interesting to meet people that you've known online for so many years and then to
yes.
meet them in person. It
Yes,
was
and
so
oh my
interesting.
gosh. And then one of the things that I was so excited about, I finally met my Coach Zubai Matundu, who is the district director in South in Africa.
Hmm.
First it was 74.
Mm-hmm.
and then it's split into two districts now. So
Mm-hmm.
Granny B is over District 74 and Zavai Matun is over District 129. So meeting my Southern Africans family, because we have been like as
Wow.
if we knew each other since yesterday. We were like children when we met each other. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
also a member of South Africa. Yes, I'm a member of District 129. So I'm a
Mm-hmm.
member of three districts. I
Mm-hmm.
manage my time and it's worth it. So worth it. I could go on and
Yeah,
on, but
I can tell. I can tell. Now, Francoise, so when did you first join though, and what motivated you to join when you first stepped, into a Toastmasters club?
it was 2000 and I'm trying to remember what year it was. Wait, I no, I started in 2014. Antigua Toastmasters Club started in 2004. I'm mixing up the 2 years of my
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
I at that time I was working in a telecommunication company, cable and wireless,
Mm-hmm.
and I I vaguely remember, I don't know who it was, but I saw the information about Toastmasters in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Due to during lunchtime. I honestly don't remember who put it there or somebody said it. I don't remember, but it was in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get myself involved with this because what really motivated me or I would say push me to join because growing up, I was always told to shut up. I
Ah.
mean, straight up. Yes, I
Mm.
was not really asked or I wasn't allowed to really express myself. And then what happened, it was now affecting the way how I speak because obviously when you need to give feedback, when you need to speak, you
Mm-hmm.
absolutely have to know how to give it properly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was stumbling a lot. I mean I was not given effective communication. Well, when I say effective communication, meaning that I would jumble my words, I would jumble contents all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And although I was working at Cable and Wireless Line very well, I mean, I was doing well, I
Mm-hmm.
still recognize that being in customer service, because in as an employee, you are in customer service. Doesn't matter what position you are in, you're
Mm-hmm.
in customer service. And at that time, I was the accounts manager, managing small to medium businesses throughout Antigua and a few in the Caribbean. And
Mm-hmm.
I needed to have a way that I can speak correctly.
Yeah.
And that's how I joined Toastmasters. And so from then on, I
Yeah.
have been able to express myself properly
Yes.
and and express it well. And
Yeah.
yeah, so that was really the drive. I mean, told to shut up. I've been told. I mean, for us who grew up with our grandparents, our grandparents, they mean well.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
mean well. But it was like you can't have a say. You're like, yeah, I do have a say too. So
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother, we always butt heads. But at the end of the day, that was the drive, and here I am, still a member. I must admit that I had backslid out of Toastmasters for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and due to a lot of personal issues that I could not focus, so I just had to basically like, okay, you know what? Let me try and focus on me, get
Yes.
myself going. It was like
Yeah.
to me, I call that the dark age period. I was in a really dark stage. So I rejoined Toastmasters during COVID in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I Toastmaster, I rejoined in 2021. It would have been in May.
Yep.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
yes, April, May, because it was close to the election. That's why I can remember it. And then they nominate me to be VP. I said, hey, I just restarted. I don't even remember anything. And boom. The positions came in. I kept getting messages. Would you
Uh-huh.
like to be VP or VPM? And I was like, what? I was
Uh-huh.
like, hold on. I just restarted. I have not been in Toastmasters for honestly for a while. And yes, even though I was coming to the meetings, and I was coming in, but just participating in tabletops and listening. It was like, hey, we need you for the next coming up, and yes, I
Yeah.
got elected PE, and then
Yeah.
president, and then I got area director. I was area
Wow.
director in District 86 though.
Uh-huh.
In District 80, and that was a wake up call for me.
Wow.
And
Wow.
why I say it's a wake up call for me, because in the culture is different from the Caribbean. In Caribbean and South Africa, we're basically the same. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
are honestly the same as a people, the way how we think, the way how we live,
Mm-hmm.
even down to fruits and vegetables. I remember Coach Mas Divine, she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't feeling well, and I simply said to her, not even thinking, why don't go in your yard and drink some guava leaf, pick some guava leaf and drink that as tea.
Yeah.
And then, immediately she went and got her husband to go in the yard and pick the guava leaf. So I was like, look at this. She didn't even have to ask me, what is that? And she
Wow.
knew exactly what it is, because guava leaf is actually good for pressure. It's also good, for these health benefits. And we have guava trees. Like, if you don't have the guava, at least you have the leaf.
Yes.
And so there's so many things that we're connected. So in Canada, obviously, it's a complete difference. And I mean, they're loving. I must say that in Canada, their hands are always outstretched to help you. Immediate past district director Nancy, who I finally met as well at the
Mm-hmm.
convention. She was so nice and kind and open, and the entire team,
Mm.
and Anne and Jeff and Bill. Oh my goodness,
Wow.
Bill.
So you've joined all these different Zoom clubs. And in all different countries. How many different countries and how many Zoom clubs were you a member of?
I'm only a member of three. I keep it that I'm only a member of three.
Oh, that's a lot. Well, that's a lot.
No more. I've made it clear
Yeah.
I'm not going to stretch myself thin.
Uh-huh.
So I keep it at three, but I do attend other districts Zoom meetings when it's flexible. Like if it's my lunchtime, it might be night for someone else.
Yeah.
Once I look at the time and I'm like, okay, I will attend, I will attend. I that's
Mm-hmm.
what I do.
So, Francoise, you've been in all these different clubs, all these different leadership positions. What
Mm-hmm.
else has Toastmasters brought into your life, or how has it helped you in your personal or professional life?
Professionally, I would say that let's say my current position now in at where I work, which is in the marine industry, Antigua Department of Marine Services and Merchant Shipping Adams, as a admin assistant, I must say it's helping me a lot because of the different clientele, and we're not just focusing on local persons who register in boats and registering and licensing boats, but we actually dealing with we're speaking about international, because we have offices in in Germany, we have
Mm-hmm.
offices in Dubai and several other countries. So the part of it, I recognize that communicating with them via the phone and via email, Toastmasters has helped me
Yeah.
how to obviously how to communicate, how to put my content together, also how to resolve issues,
Mm-hmm.
and also being patient, because you have the language barrier. And
Yeah.
there's some of these countries, obviously, they may not speak English fluently. So Toastmasters has helped me in in this regard as well. Because here it is, I will attend, as I mentioned earlier, I attend different club meetings at different districts, and obviously it's different cultures. And with the different cultures, I'm understanding, okay, how they go about doing speaking certain things, how they go about resolving issues. So I've been learning that and putting that as well at work. Personally, it has helped me, I must say, because I used to be the type of person that can be very what I should say, even though I'm patient, sometimes I want things done real quickly. I mean, I still have it, I must be honest. I still
Mm-hmm.
have that tendency, like, hey, I want things done quickly, quickly, quickly. So, but then I recognize that I need to be calm. I need to be able to relax myself, give others their space as well too,
Mm-hmm.
and also be kind to myself, because in
Yeah.
Toastmasters, what we learn in how when we give an effective evaluation, we learn the sandwich method, and which is the sandwich method for those of you who are not Toastmasters who listen to this podcast, is that it gives you the way how to give feedback in a nice way, not
Mhm.
in, oh, you're something. In that way,
Yeah.
because I don't know, we say, hey, okay, your speech was very, very well spoken.
Hmm.
You highlighted a few keys. There are things you highlighted. Here's also a suggestion how you can also expand on it. And it's not just focusing on the speech itself, but what we're explaining to the member, how they can express themselves better, how they can give a report in a format that will be eligible and understandable to all.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, so that really how even helping me a lot. Still to this day, you're
Hmm.
getting free coaching sessions,
That's so true.
free.
Mm.
I mean,
It's so
you
true.
also you also get free online presentations like Canva, marketing, free, let me use the correct word, marketing and branding training. I mean, the thing about Toastmasters, you get all of these free things in Toastmasters. It's not just speaking alone that
Yeah.
persons believe, oh, it's just about speaking. No, it's not about speaking alone. You getting all these things free. And even at work, I also handle social media pages, and also here it is as a vice president of public relations, VPPR, you're able to put that into practice at work, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of club officers training, and when
Hmm.
in club officers training, one I did one as a vice president of public relations, and it was very realistic. I mean, yes, we had
Mm.
the module, but I show, listen, here's
Hmm.
how you use Canva. We have an international marketing WhatsApp group that you can join. Distinguished Toastmaster Kajitan, I mean, he is a guru when it comes to marketing and branding, and persons come and join. How can I have my flyer done correctly? The
Yeah.
different fonts. Obviously, Toastmasters has a font that you need to abide by, and the color branding.
Yeah, that's right.
It
You get
teaches
all this
us.
additional sort of training, which is absolutely fantastic. So, Francoise, it's just great that you've been sharing all this information with me about your Toastmasters experience and journey. But we have your coach
Mhm.
from Zimbabwe, Global
Yeah.
Women's Toastmasters. Is that correct, Zavai? Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Global Women
Oh,
Extraordinary
sorry,
Ordinary.
extraordinaire.
Toastmasters.
I missed the extraordinaire. So you are
Yes.
Francoise' coach. Now, tell me, how did you, Francoise and Zava, how did, okay, let's first we'll go with Zava. Francoise, how did you come
I
up
am
joining this
laughing.
club? How did you join this club? Yeah, how did this work? How does this work?
Let Coach Z tell you how we met. I
Okay.
am laughing because I can be crazy when I'm ready. They think I was crazy how I joined too. But let you know how we met. Oh boy, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, Zava. You tell us.
Okay. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Well, I met Francoise in 2021. It was, if I'm not mistaken, 2020,
Correct.
2021. I know it was during COVID,
Yep.
during the pandemic. And she participated in a leadership development program, an executive leadership development program that I facilitated in Southern Africa. And she was one of the participants. It was a 10-week program. And
Mm,
from there, she joined various of our WhatsApp groups and was very engaging, if I can put it that way. And we would chat at the back end of our WhatsApp groups with
mhm,
questions that she had. And she was like a sponge. Everything, she wanted to learn as much as she could. And
mm,
during that time, I had formed a women's
mhm.
community called Global Women Extraordinaire.
Right.
And this is where I was just sharing my personal development tips and how I had embraced personal development, because I was studying for my executive MBA at the time. So I
Mhm.
couldn't fully mentor and coach one on one. So that's how the community started. And because I got so much benefit from being a member of Toastmasters, I then started a Toastmasters club for the women in the community.
Wow.
And that's how Global Women Extraordinaire came about. And Francoise is an active member of the community of our online book club that we started in January 2021. And the journey has continued. Just to answer how we met, I'll stop there.
Oh, that just blows me away. So this club, just to confirm, this club is based then in Zimbabwe. Is that correct?
I would say we are living local, but we are thinking global.
Okay.
It's an online club with members from over, I think now it's over 10 countries.
Okay.
Yes, but it's under the district in Southern Africa, and the district is District 129.
No, okay, that's
yes.
And so, Francoise, you are very what is the word? You are very ambitious. So you're in a club in that's Zimbabwe, and you said Canada as well, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm a home club Antigua
and your
in the
home
Caribbean.
club. You are going global. I can see that is absolutely fantastic. Were you able to meet at the conference? Did you actually meet each other for the first time at the conference in Los Angeles?
Yes, we did. We were like children.
I bet. I bet. I'm absolutely blown away that you are a part of 3 clubs, but a lot of people are in 3 clubs, but they're in like the same community, not all over the world.
No, my thinking, I'm very strategic. My thinking is, if you're about growth, you need to have the right water. You need to be in the right soil, and you need to ensure that you have persons of different experiences to help you. This has always been something I think about even before joining Toastmasters, how to be strategic. And for example, anytime I go on vacations, when people think I go on vacations, I am actually attending different classes and things like that during my vacations, because all I know what is my end goal. And so I still do the very same thing. And it's like, okay, here am I in Toastmasters. Why am I going to just stick to one club? Because I don't want to be in one club. I'm hearing the same style of evaluation, the same style of feedback, or the same style of things. Let me go outside, because there's so many people with experiences who are definitely willing to sharpen your iron. It's something I always encourage. When I was president and VPE, vice president and president, it's something I've always encouraged my club members to go out there. And that is something that Toastmasters actually encourage in moments of truth. I was trying to remember moments. I see moments of truth as customer service, doing a customer service survey. And that's how I get people involved. Persons are open to speak. So you look at it, okay, how is it beneficial outside of Toastmasters? So everything that we do in Toastmasters, I always link it to how it's connected to you professionally. So being a member of, not just being a member, but attending other clubs helps strengthen you. And also inviting them into your club meetings, because that's one of the things that I did. I invited Coach Z and different members from Southern Africa, different members from Canada, the States, different members from different places across the globe to come to our meetings, whether to be an evaluator, whether to do a master class, whatever it might be, to come to our meetings, because the members came for one reason and one reason only. They came to ensure that their whys are met. And once you meet their why, you have the positive domino effect. So, so very strategic, very, very strategic. And here it is, look at it. You and I were sitting at the dinner table, not expecting, we were just having a casual conversation. Look at here we are now.
I know. And amazing.
Then,
and we're from all around we're right now we're from 3 different continents, right? I'm in Australia, and you're in the Caribbean. And then we have Zavai, who is in South Africa. And we also have Robert, who is on the line too. Now, where's Robert from? Robert, where are you from?
I'm from Barbados.
You're from Barbados. Okay.
Also in the Caribbean.
Also in the Caribbean, but still, it's we're all united by this, Toastmasters in a way, but also Francoise. So Francoise, I want to talk about the book that you've just recently released, and I know that Robert is your publisher. Is that correct?
Correct. And while at the dinner table, we were speaking, hey, what do we do? And blah blah blah. And I spoke about I'm writing in the book. I was like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the whole conversation, the conversation came in about my book. So my book was definitely 4 years in the making. Robert has been behind of me if it's not every month, it may not be every day, but I can tell you a week don't pass and Robert is not on me. Francoise, we need to get the book out. What is happening? What's going on? He's been on me constantly about it. And it really it took a lot for me. The name of my book is called Stolen Innocence, A Tale of Survival and Triumph. And it's based on the true story with me where my innocence was stolen from the age of 5 years old. The first one started at 5 years old. May I say that? And needed to retell how I came through it because there are a lot of persons right now who are in an adult body and still trapped at that age where their innocence was stolen and they can't get out of it. And I recognize that throughout my my life, it was like something is wrong. And this is where I say COVID is a blessing because after the hotel, I had transitioned into the hotel after I left Cable and Wireless Line, and COVID came. The hotel severed all of us, let go all of us.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was home, and I was like, okay, I need to get my life straightened out. What is going on? Why? I started to ask myself a lot of questions, and through prayer, particularly, I was like, okay, God, why is it that I'm seeing a certain trait of things that is not something's not right? Why is it just always old men that always seem want to be attached to me? Why is it this? Why is it that? Why? I was questioning myself, even with my character, what's going on. I was questioning everything in prayer. And that's where God revealed to me, just like that, the molestation that happened at 5 years old. I was like, oh my goodness. So all these years, this thing was locked away in my mind. And only now it came out, and it's like, oh, whoa. And I said, okay, so this is why I behave where people call it crazy. This is why people label me in that sense. I say, okay, so this is why, because obviously from that first molestation up until the last one, the fourth one, all of these things basically formed my character in a way. I was like, oh my goodness. All right. I need healing. I really need healing. What happened? There was a free class, OAS, Organization of American States in Barbados. It was online though. At the class, Professor Selwyn, I said, what would you do to pivot throughout this downtime? And that's when I said, you know what? I think I will share my story about being molested. And right there, Robert was at that class. And Robert might not remember, but I knew Robert had his camera on. We all had our camera on. I don't know if he was sleeping, but I think by the time he heard, oh, I will share my story about molest. I saw his eyes. He said, okay, I'm all in. He just jumped in immediately. He said, I'm here, I'm here. And everyone, and we're talking about these are different Caribbean persons. We had people from Trinidad, British Virgin Islands, Tortola, St. Kitts, Jamaica. I mean, different persons throughout the Caribbean who was at this class. And everyone, not one person say, hey, don't do that. Every one of them said, Francoise, go for it, because in the Caribbean, this thing seemed too taboo. And somebody needs to break the ice. And that's where Robert came into play and said he will definitely be there to help me.
Yeah, I bet it was very healing for you to go through this process. Probably quite difficult, but very healing. And I know that when people have a difficult story to share, there are other people that do need to hear it. So
exactly,
yeah, so
exactly. And I must credit what I did. Sorry for thinking that I think this part is so important. And here's where I must say I'm grateful for Toastmasters, because what I did, I use different parts of how I was developing the story, put it into speeches, just so I could get evaluation of it. And I'm being honest where I am. So I sometimes I was a test speaker at contests. Sometimes, obviously, depending on what the project is, I use different parts of while I was developing the book, turn it into speeches just to get the evaluations. So again, I was very strategic.
Yes,
I
yes.
use that and get back, and then here it is with Robert. I will put them in, and obviously he is a professional in public as a publisher and all of that. The healing was happening on two ends because there were some Toastmasters, some were guests, some were
Yeah.
members. From me telling my speeches, I would get private messages, and I said, Lord Jesus, thank you.
Yeah. I honestly believe that people I'm sure, have benefited from those speeches that you said you've delivered to prepare for your book. And then now that your book is released, I'm sure Robert is happy that the book is finally out there.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Probably took longer than you thought, but not really. How are you releasing the book? Is the book something that they can buy on Amazon, or how can people purchase your book?
Well, the book is
book-
already on Amazon. If I remember correctly, it is. I gave Francoise a link to the book. It's tiny URL. I'd have to go and look for it now for the actual thing, but it's a tiny URL. But basically, the book is on Amazon. And knowing Francoise, she's all up to last night. We had a conversation about doing audiobooks and all that. So there's more coming, but right now the book is on Amazon as a Kindle version and as a paperback.
Okay, and it's entitled "Stolen Innocence." And Francoise, is it your name, Francoise Bowen, or do you have another name that you?
No, my full name, Francoise G. Bowen.
Okay.
G. Bowen.
Okay. Okay. We'll have a link in the show notes for that for anyone who's interested. That'll be interesting to have it as an audio book. Have you thought about, are you going to be doing the audio, or would you hire someone to do the audio?
That's what Robert and I are looking at. I'm not sure which one I'm going to what it is going to boil on to. I'm not sure which one, but there has been requests for the audio. I thought about it before. I had mentioned to Robert before, I'm thinking I want to do an audio before releasing the book. And then now I do have the requests of audio, like, okay, this is confirmation. I definitely need to have the audio. So I'm not sure which route I'm going to take.
Right.
But the audio will be there. Currently, we also looking on translation of it into foreign language and starting with the Spanish first. Yes, so we have been on it, the Spanish one, and also the audio. So the audio, I'll let everybody know when.
Yes, The Stolen Innocence. Is it just like a memoir of the first few years of your life, or how many years have you written about in this particular book?
Up until present. What I did, I started obviously from the first incident and come all the way to present day, and also including the government, our lawyers, because laws are made. How can we protect our children? How can we help our adults right now in the communities who are still suffering? So there, in the book, we have different pages where we call exercises. So there are different exercises persons can participate in right there on their own, or if they want to do it as a family, if they want to do it as a class for our teens. If you have the governments, they could be looking at this book and say, you know what, we need to revisit our laws, or you know what, we need to strengthen our laws some more. We need to give the power more to our educators, because they're the ones that see the young children every day. And so there are different ways it gets everybody involved. So it gives the problem, it also gives a solution. So I'm not just on the problem. I'm giving both the problem and the solution, and you, the reader,
Mhm.
I'm also part of the solution, because we may not always get the government, and some persons too may not always be about the police officers and
Mhm.
government. Well, how can they have, because for the police officers, how can police officers assist? Because there's sometimes the victims don't want to go to, and I keep saying victims, and it's not victims I like to say, but because of how, what they're trying to get the point across, persons who would have gone through these traumatic experiences just need somebody like a counselor. Because at my school, Princess Margaret Secondary School, that's the school I attended as a high school, named after Princess Margaret, Queen Elizabeth II. She actually came and opened the school with then Premier VC Bird Senior.
Mhm.
It was very instrumental that they have somewhere have a guidance, somebody who is a counselor
Yeah.
to help the students write. So it was mandatory. It was not option. It was mandatory. And our school at the time was the only high school throughout Antigua and Barbuda that had that option, that had that legway for to help heal our students. And yes, it's so the book is for everybody, all ages. A young teen may know of somebody
Yeah.
who among them went through it, and they're like, okay, how can I do this? Oh, this is what I need to do. Okay, how can I go and get help? Who should I go to? So it's for everybody. So it provides everything from my age, come all the way up to present,
Mhm.
and what we can do. So I'm not just stuck only on the incident alone.
Yeah, yeah. But I do think this book will be very healing. Probably was very healing for you to finally finish, and also I'm sure
Yeah.
Robert was very happy that you finished as well. and
For
and
sure.
yes, for sure. And it'll be healing for people to read it. And like you said, you used some of the material giving speeches at Toastmasters meetings. So you were able to produce it over the last few years. That would be a fair thing to say, right?
Yes, yes. And
Mm-hmm.
even with
Mm-hmm.
Coach Z, as she mentioned of what she do outside of Toastmasters, that she coaches, and it is one of her coaching session. I express about wanting to write my book
Mm-hmm.
and what I would love to do. And with her counseling as well, to counseling, yes, coaching and counseling,
Mm-hmm.
she's also helped me and like, okay, tell me what to do, how to go about doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I printed out the material that she had given to me
Mm-hmm.
and written out the various aspects. And then also too, um, I must admit as well here that in trying to wrap up the book, I was going through now I had to go through counseling session, because there were two things that was happening. One, when I was on the last manuscript, I was like, okay, let my mom read it. Oh my goodness, that
Oh,
was a whole. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't. She number one, she was surprised that
Mm-hmm.
I remembered I remembered a lot of things, and secondly, I did not know that she had her story. So
Wow.
here it's a no. I think what really struck us both was that for her, she had not gotten her healing on a lot of things that transpired to her.
Yeah.
And then seeing there's some of the things that she wasn't aware of. I'm going to be honest. Some she was aware of, because during COVID, we had our conversations, and I put that in the book of her reactions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I had the manuscript, the final one, and I gave it to her now, it really basically opened up a lot of things where I didn't even put them in the book. I just like I honestly I can't do any I can
Yeah.
do so much more of editing as well too, because obviously that is going to be an extra cost. But there were more editing that we had to
Yeah.
do, but there were other things I did not put them in, because I recognized, okay, you know what? There's some things that is just be left between my mom and I. There's some things that let us just heal. So I had my healing I had to go through. So I was going through counseling,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was conducting, sorry, youth leadership program,
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
yes, youth leadership program.
Uh-huh.
So it's a good thing I had some team members. They recognized something was wrong. They recognized my energy, they noticed I was just pushing, I was trying, something was not right. They figured it. They figured it, but they didn't say anything. That's one thing I love about Toastmasters is that when they recognize something is going on, they're not going to be like, "Hey, you're supposed to know better. You're not supposed to be." No, 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 no. They
Mm.
took over the meetings for me. After one of the meeting, I met with the team. I said, "Okay, let me be honest. Let me make you all know what's going on." And then when I said to them, "I'm writing a book," and blah, what's happening, blah 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 blah. They're like, "Okay, now they can understand why." I was very sensitive. I
Yeah.
really, really was.
Yeah.
And how I managed at work, because my mom came to my workplace every day. So it was a lot of things were just flared up. And I
Mm.
just had to exercise self-control and pray a lot. And I was like, okay, God, am I supposed to really release this book? Am I supposed to really? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, God, what's going on? And to wrap that part up, one of the guys did something to me, and I never saw this side of my mom. Never. My
Mm.
mom was like, "Is he alive? Where is he? Where is he living?" I said, "Mom, mommy, mommy, mommy." I mean, this was how she was at my workplace.
Mm-hmm.
"I need to see him now." I said, "Mommy, I don't know. Number one, mommy, I don't know if he's alive. Number two, I don't know where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, you want to go to 1735 Red Gate Hotel, which is a jail because
Mm-hmm.
the gate is painted red. I'm like, but you want to go 1735 to do harm to this person? What is it going to do? No, it's not going to do any. Mommy, just relax. Mommy, calm, relax, just relax." I
Mm.
mean, this was like, I've seen it with my dad. My dad is no longer alive. And when I saw, I was like, oh my goodness, this really knocked. Anyway, at the end though, after we gone through this another set of editing, as I mentioned before,
Mm-hmm.
everything is out. When I showed it to her, that is on the book is on Amazon. Oh my gosh, you should have seen her. I wanted to cry tears of joy.
Oh,
She
yeah.
smiled. She
Mm.
looked on the because she remembered the photo as well. Because my mom loved taking photos. She and my
Mm-hmm.
dad. And she
Yeah.
smiled and she said, "Francoise, I just pray that this book become a success. It doesn't backlash on you. I just want it to be a success because there are people who really need to get
Yeah.
this book."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's a success already because it's out, and you've gone through this process and it's out there. So I think that's already a success. I think sometimes, when we produce something, we want it to just do so amazingly well, but I already think you're a success already to get this far, to have it out there, going through your healing journey, writing it, editing, and getting your mom involved. So is
Thank
there,
you.
yeah, no, you are. So don't, it's funny, we always want more, don't we? We want more. Okay. I've got the book out, but hey, I want to be number one. Okay. And then you're number one. Hey, no, I want to make millions of dollars. No. And then, you know what I mean? We always
No,
want more. You're already a success, duh. I mean, mhm.
I've come to the I've
Yeah.
before releasing the book, I've told myself,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
let me impact the world just where I am.
Yep.
I'm not about aiming for number one or whatever it is. I
Yeah.
mean, so far, I must admit, I've seen a lot of persons screenshot they have
Mm,
downloaded. Persons have taken photos of the book arrive. They have it in their hands. I mean, that just gives me thrills.
yes. Yes.
And that's like, okay, because up to last night, some person sent me photos of them when the book they just received the book up to last night, and I sent in the screamed voice note, you know.
No.
Yeah, so I was ready to myself whether I hit number one or not. At the end of the day, my focus is winning souls. There are too
Yeah.
many souls that are lost right now, and I
Yep.
need to win them over. They need to know they are not victims, they are victors. They're more than a conqueror. It is
Mm,
not their fault. My pastor said it to me. He said, "Francis, it is not your fault." And it was in COVID. During
mm,
COVID, we were alone in the bus, back and forth every Sunday when he
mhm,
had to pick up passengers for church.
mhm.
And God used that time for him to counsel me because he has his doctorate. Even though he's a pastor, he has a doctorate in this field. And the very first words he said to me, "It is not your fault." And it's the same thing that I'm telling everyone. It is not your fault. The persons who are going to let you believe it's your fault. Maybe the person who did this traumatic thing might have been the breadwinner in the home, and then persons obviously in the home are saying, "Oh, you're lying," because all they're thinking about is, "Oh, if they get the how the bills are going to be paid, how they're going to get food, how they're going to get this, how they're going to get that, how can we, so persons are going to be telling you that you're lying because they're looking on how to protect their bread and butter, because that breadwinner is the only one who's bringing in the real deal for them. It's not your fault. You did not go about putting yourself in that place. You did not,
Well, you were
So
just
I
a
just
child
want
too. I mean, you were just a child, so
exactly,
it's not your fault. Yeah.
exactly. And these stories that I see, I've so y'all have seen it on YouTube and on the news of how many children who are now adults are speaking out. And then you have parents who have children that said, "Hey, a tall man came into my room and did this and did that." They can't even explain themselves, but you have to believe the child. When a child says, "Mommy, daddy, grandma, grandpa, whoever it is, touch me or did this," believe them immediately. Don't ask any questions. Don't doubt them. You just, okay, you do it quietly. Obviously, you got to do that. You take them away, and say, "Hey, report the situation," and see how you can have persons rally round behind you to see how they can get rid of that person who did that, who stole that child innocence.
I think definitely your story is going to resonate with a lot of people. It's so good that you've written this book. And obviously, I think Toastmasters has helped you along the way to get your story out, in the little speeches that you've done to prepare. And your coach, Zavai from Zimbabwe, has helped you. And also Robert, your publisher, has pushed you along the way as well.
I just want to encourage everyone to, one, become a member of Toastmasters, because it definitely help you to be an effective communicator, build your leadership skills, and also your analytical thinking skills, because this is what needed in our world today. No matter what they talk about, AI increase, we can have all the AI, but at the end of the day, AI cannot take what we what we have. And the AI still need us at the end of the day. So I encourage everyone to become a member of Toastmasters, because as I mentioned earlier, it's not just how to speak effectively, but you'll get in free trainings in different aspects of life that help build your skills, your soft skills particularly, and to also encourage each and every one to read the book, buy my book, read it, share it with others, do the exercises. And if you have not gone through something like this, or you don't know anyone who went through this, take it as, okay, you know what? This is happening around me. Somebody may come and knock on my door and say, "I need your help." So take the book. It's not about gossiping and, "Oh, she just want," no. Lives need to be changed. Our world needs to be a better place. Too many people are angry. And when you realize where the anger is stemming from, so buy my book, share it around, and be blessed by it. And thank you so much, Evelyn, for having me and having my coach and my publisher.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Robert and Zavai and Francoise. And thank you so much for being on the Toastmasters experience.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much for your company. Please tune in next time to the Toastmasters experience.